Day one, looking at Triffid for restoration. What we have here is a very floppy little neck. Now, the original wires come out the side, and I was going to sculpt a brand new flower. However, quite a bit of the flower structure is there. So what I think I'm going to do is cut this here, because it's all just foam now. I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to reassemble that later, because I need to be able to just get some clay onto that. Hello everyone from Sherlock and I in the garden. Well, I'm a great believer in just going for things, and I have cut the Triffid head off, so I can now at least lie this down without causing any more damage to that piece there. So now I'm going to try and just firm up this piece a little bit so I can get a little bit of, basically get a little bit of clay on it and gently bring it back to life. What I'm going to do today is I've already soaked this in PVA, so it's getting a little bit, it's keeping all the dusty bits together now. And I'm now going to use this other sort of resiny substance, which is new. And I'm going to put that on now to stiffen it up some more, because you can see it's now a brown colour, which is the colour of the sealant I put on, but you can see the basic shape of the Triff flower is there. Well, I've been working on the stem of it, getting its shape a bit more even, and sanding it, filling it, and then I've started to sculpt the start of the flower repair. And yesterday I painted the clackers, which I think I mentioned, and I painted the stalk. And also, I don't know if you can see a different colour to this, but I've painted the base as well. And this is a lovely substance called Powertex, and it really has gone solid. So that was really squishy, soft and dusting. It's stopped. And this is all nicely together. So what I'm going to do now, I am now going to start sculpting up just basic layers onto this neck to match up with the head. Here we are, a little down the line. I've started to fill in the first of the clackers and start to get the head, sorry, the stalk, matching up with the head here. Sorry, the light's terrible, but I'm working on the clackers. So I'm sculpting them back in. They were just basically 3 stalks. I'm just working on them. What I'll do tomorrow is I'll sand these back a bit. I've been tootling on with the Triffid, and I've done these rather nice textured clackers, and I'm very pleased with them, but I'm having to now actually take a big step and take a chunk of this neck off because it's warped over time. Triffid progress. Now, I'm really pleased at how the clackers have gone. I think they're looking really cool. The neck's coming on quite like the stalk, and I'm just working on that join there. But the thing I'm not happy with is the head. Now the head's essential. Now I've got some detailing in on here, and it's not bad, it's okay. It's a bit rough. Not happy with it. There's a few things I think I can do a lot better on it. Time is now getting on. I've got just under 2 weeks to get this finished. When I looked closely at the Triffid, it had these sort of almost like fern-like leaves in the design drawing, but then when you looked closer at the props, they were more sort of like a, I don't know, sort of a rubbery, not quite a sycamore leaf, but they had a sort of sycamore-y look to them. Unfortunately, tonight, oh no, this happened. Oh yes, the top finally cracked off the top of the Triff. It's been cracking, to be fair, in several places for a while. I keep patching it up. What I have here is a very smooth, sanded and sculpted little Triffid head. And I'm going to now paint it. I can actually, now with it separated from the main body, I can actually get a hold of it and work on it. I've got a hole in there for its stinger to go in. I've just been putting some fine root detail on, sort of vines around the neck. Oh, I don't know if you can see those. I've stuck them on, and then I'll lightly sand, and then we get the base first undercoat on. But I'm really quite chuffed with this. Prime Triff, I've got a little bit more, tiny bit of sculpting, which I'm going to do now, but I've added sort of veins and things onto it. So I think I'm really quite pleased with this now. My hand is buzzing because I've just been using the old Dremel, and what I've got here is, a few of you may recognize what I'm doing. This is the stinger, or it will be the stinger to go in the Triff. Now this obviously there was no stinger came with the surviving Triff, so I'm just fashioning one here. This is where I've been sitting working, and there's my old Starburst magazine collection, which have been bound. I've had nice, some nice Triffid shots in there. And here we go. Here is the Triffid. I've pretty well finished painting those two sections, and I've also cut out the base. Okay, the final little bit of sculpting done. I'll do one little Triffid stinger. We're very close to the end of the Triffid making process, and this has been one of the most nerve-wracking parts. So I thought I'll share this with you. And what we've got here is I've just made a hole, and I'm going to fit that hopefully into there. I've just put the stinger in for the Triffid, and I have to say I'm really pleased, but I am delighted with that. Absolutely delighted. It looks better than I thought it was. I've just got to do this join here. Yeah.
So what do you think you've actually sort of...
Well, what I've done with it, I've sealed it.
Sealed it. Oh, that's how you managed to do it.
So I've sealed it, then just dry brush that, but then sculpt. Obviously, the core of it's still there.
Yes.
Built up this head shape.
Yeah.
And then built, and they were still there. So again, sculpted. I managed to find someone with an original one of those for reference shots.
Yeah.
Resculpted that back. The only thing I didn't get access to was the leaves, so I just made the leaves up. But it did have leaves. It had leaves around it.
Did it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if the miniatures did, I'll be honest.
I don't, quite honestly, you certainly didn't have a stinger.
Right, yes. I thought I'd put it in.
Why not?
I mean, the problem with restoration, if anything, is when do you stop the restoration? Is it because then it becomes about... But at the same time with this, I thought, no, stuff it, we'll go for it.
Yeah.
Do you know? And once the stinger was in, to be honest... Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought the stinger made it, just brought it.
Great.
Yeah, so I just...
Well, he's definitely put on weight.
Sorry, yes.
Put on weight.
Yeah.
He looks very
But I
healthy.
can't- Thank you enough.